Hello, everybody. Let me know if you all can hear me. I'm over here trying to make sure everything is good. Getting a connection issue over here. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Hey, everybody. If you're on Facebook and Instagram and all of that stuff, I don't know what's going on over here on Instagram. I'm going to try to go live again over here. 1 second. Hey, y'all. I am trying to go live on Instagram, but my internet is acting wonky right now. Let's try this again. I probably need to close out these 1,000 windows I have. Okay, you all can hear me great. Yeah, I probably got way too much stuff open on my phone. I'm surprised my phone didn't blow up. Okay. So let's try this again on Instagram. I should have just sent the text message when I was live. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Instagram. All right. So I'm just going to have to tell people to come over here on Facebook. Can y'all hear me on the Instagram? Won't let me be great. Y'all, I'm just going to tell y'all because it keeps disconnecting over here on Instagram. All right, so so I'm just gonna tell y'all, come over to Facebook. Come to my Facebook business page. No, I'm on the cell phone. I'm gonna have to send another text message. Be like, hey, all right, so I'm gonna end this. I don't know what's going on. All right, so you all said you can hear me here on Facebook, right? So I am, because I am live in multiple places, so maybe that's the problem too. Let's see. Go to my channel. Yeah. So let me know if it's coming through good on y'all side. If we're good over there. I'm closing out all of this stuff that's on my computer. I can hear you on YouTube too. Okay, so maybe it's just an Instagram thing. Okay, perfect. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Because I am live in other places. So I'm live on my personal page, my Facebook business page. And then I'm also live on my personal page, all that good stuff. So yeah, not sure what's going on, but hopefully everyone comes over here to Facebook. Okay. It's much better on Facebook. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna make it roll. I ain't got time for that. So let me move this over. So I can have this right here. All right. So hey, how are you all doing? Hopefully everything is going grand. I am super excited about today's topic because this is a topic that I personally feel like is super important, especially if you're thinking about scaling your business. Okay, if you're thinking about scaling your business, this is going to be one of those presentations or talks that I believe that you're going to find very useful. So let me make sure my audio is good as I continue to go through this conversation. Okay, cool. All right, so Let me introduce myself just in case you don't know who I am. My name is Audria Richmond, and I am a marketing and launch strategist. I work with my clients to help them develop marketing campaigns so they can sell their products and services. People also come to me when they're looking to build their personal brand, build their company, all of that good stuff. So if you have an idea or something you want to monetize or like turn into something huge, this is the place for you. Okay. So if you're like, I don't know how to sell my products and services, or I'm looking for creative ways to scale what it is that I sell, then you will definitely enjoy today's talk. So, what prompted me to do this talk today, right? So, number one, I have made a dedication to myself that I am going to be consistent. I have made a dedication to myself that I'm going to be consistent. I know y'all probably heard me say that over and over and over and over again. But I think one of the things to mention or to talk about is that I kept saying, I want to scale this year. I want to scale this year. I want to grow my business out there. I want people to know what UnCloned stands for. Like, I really want to build like this huge, big brand. But the truth of the matter is, you can't build a brand or a business if you are not consistent, right? So, one thing I'm really, really good at is planning. I'm like amazing at planning, right? I can create these amazing, elaborate marketing plans. But one of the things that I struggle with when it comes to being consistent is that I feel like when you're being consistent, it feels staged. Maybe it's just me, but I'm very intuitive in nature. So if when I have to like plan and I'm gonna be there at noon or I'm gonna be there at 5, it feels very staged. It feels very pushed, right? And I don't like I don't like to feel that way when I'm creating content. So I thought to myself, okay, well, what would be a great alternative that will still give you like the best of both worlds, but you could still be consistent, right? And so I said, okay, well, what if I just create if I just batch everything that I want to be consistent with? So if the only thing I can't batch is live streaming. And that's not necessarily true too, because I could literally pre-record a bunch of videos and have them premiere on certain days of the week. So I could technically pre-record the video and have it premiere on Facebook and YouTube as a strategy. I could totally do that. But then one of the things that I want to do is really make sure that I'm connecting with my community. Does that make sense? Like I want to make sure that I'm connecting with everyone and that I am I can feel y'all if that makes sense. So I was like, well, what is something that I love to do? What is something that's easy that I can commit to? For starters, I can go live. Like going live is super fun for me. Yes, I had to go and like do my hair and put on makeup and throw on clothes and all of that stuff. I mean, when you're doing the whole pandemic thing, it's like, I gotta go put some clothes on. But that's something that's easy, right? Like I can put, I can wet my hair and style it and put lipstick on and go live and all of those things. Then the next thing that came up too was like, okay, there are so many platforms. How many of you all are like platform fatigue right now, right? Like you're just platformed out. You have YouTube, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Clubhouse, you have LinkedIn, you have hell, there are so many platforms, right? And I kept saying that like, hey, I don't want to like go live on Instagram and then turn around and have to go live on this platform and then turn around. That's just too much. Okay. Like I can't run a business that way. The people who are doing that, they have a massive content team or they have a team of people that's supporting them to be able to go in multiple places. So one thing that I have always leveraged in my business is tech, right? Technology is your best friend. Tech and automation. People ask me all the time, like, how did you scale your business to $1 million and beyond? Baby, automation and tech. So if you're one of those people that's like anti-tech or anti-automation, you must have a huge budget for payroll because you're going to be paying people to set up your funnels and set up your automations and run your ads and all of that stuff if you do not figure out how to embrace it, right? So anyway, I'm saying all that to say that the number one thing that you have to have in place before you can even begin to leverage is planning, right? I know this sound like, okay, planning? Let me tell you why this is crucial. And y'all gonna be able to relate, right? Y'all gonna be able to relate. Y'all gonna know what I'm gonna be able to say, right? And here in a second. Okay, so, all right. So let's say that you are going to launch a course. Okay, you're gonna launch a digital course. You're like, okay, I'm gonna put my digital course out there, all of that stuff. We all know that to launch a digital course, there are so many moving parts. There are so many moving parts. There are so many moving pieces. It's just a lot to put a course together. You first got to think about your course concept, who you're going to be targeting, the format of the course, what's going to be included, how you're going to sell it, how you're going to market it. All of those things, you have to think about all of those things. When you are a solopreneur, okay, when you're a solopreneur, that means you solo, you doing you by yourself. You can say, okay, this day I'm going to outline everything. This day I'm going to create all my creative, like my slide decks and all of the stuff and all my presentation. On this day, I'm going to record my videos. And then on this day, I'm going to release all of this stuff to social and let people know that it's available. And I'm going to start talking about it and all of those things, right? When you're selling something from that perspective, right, it's easy for you to handle it because it's all in your head. Okay? It's all in your head. So because it's all in your head, you're not thinking about how to do it. It's just intuitive. Like, you know how to go into Keynote, you know how, or PowerPoint or Canva, or wherever you make slide decks, you know how to go in there, you know how to source graphics, you know how to create the things, you know how to do those things, right? So because you know how to do those things, you're not consciously thinking of the steps. But when you hire help, y'all, when you hire people to help you, you just can't say, all right, you got the slide deck, you got the outline, you got the production, you got the whatever, because one key ingredient to getting support and having leverage is that you have to give your people a plan, directions, and SOPs, okay? Just because you hire somebody that said that they were amazing with social media doesn't mean they're going to come into your business, your organization, and start busting out stuff for you because right? You got to bring them up to speed with your tone. You got to bring them up to speed with your brand. You got to let them know what your brand colors are and how you like content and how you like your captions to be wrote. Like, you just can't literally just hire somebody, because this is what I see. A lot of people say, hey, I want to hire a social media manager and they need to know how to run my social media. Well, number one, if you don't have a social media style guide, right, on how you actually produce and create content, how can somebody come behind that and help you? And how the hell can they help you leverage or scale? Do y'all get where I'm going with this? I hope y'all get where I'm going with this, because you cannot leverage or scale anything unless you have the instructions. And this is the other thing. You could totally hire somebody who's savvy. Let's assume that you have you hire somebody who's really good at what they do, right? You don't necessarily got to tell them, little simple stuff like that to get you going. Okay, great. But at the end of the day, when you do decide to hire those types of people, you better believe you're going to be paying a premium. Anytime you pay someone to support you with something and you don't have to babysit them or give them a lot of direction or tell them a lot of things, you are going to be paying a premium. Okay. This is where you're talking about, $50,000 for a strategy day. Why? Because that person, you don't have to tell them to go and research your business. You don't have to tell them how to prep a slide deck for you. You don't have to give them instructions. So because of that, you're going to pay a lot of money because they already have the skill set. Same thing with a designer, right? So if you bring someone into your organization to design your website, and let's just say that they have that skill set of doing design, but maybe they don't necessarily know how to use your platform, then there's a learning curve. You got to train them. You got to give them all the stuff that they need to get going, right? As opposed to finding an expert who already know how to use that particular tool or platform. So I want you all to understand that as you begin to scale your business, as you begin to think about how you want to have leverage and how you want to put yourself out there in a big way, you need to be thinking very long and hard about your organization and how it functions. And I'm not talking about how to do a task. Okay. I'm not talking about something as simple as how do we send emails at UnCloned Media? No, you have to have a vision for your company, a plan. You have to have how your business function, a plan. You have to have SOPs and how things work within the organization, how you handle conflict, how you handle when a client is unsatisfied, how you roll products and services out, when you're going to launch products and services out, when in what season do we launch certain projects, when do we quit projects, how do we outsource to our vendors and the people that we're paying, right? The more you begin to think about, okay, I want to scale, I want to grow my business really, really fast, I want to grow it really, really big, you have to begin to think about what is the plan. Okay? Because, you all haven't seen me because I've had to plan. I have to plan. Like, I have to tell my team how I want content done. I have to tell my team how we're going to roll out marketing campaigns. This weekend, I spent a good deal of my time this weekend thinking about how do I think? What do I like? What are my preferences? What's a certain way that I want my content and things to be displayed? If I was to give them a task, what are the expectations for? Because I realized, because as you all know, I just recently hired 2 new employees, marketing managers. And one thing that I'm doing a lot of training. I'm doing a lot of setting expectations. I'm doing a lot of, I don't like this. Could you do it this way? Or if I'm giving very simple tasks, they're doing it the way they know to do it, but they're not doing it the way that I expect it, right? So expectations have to be set. So when we talk about scaling, because that's something that's super important to me this year, is all about scaling and leverage and one to many. How do we serve? How do we serve at scale, right? How do we serve at scale, one to many? Number one, I had to go back and audit my product suite, the things that I'm actually selling. What are the things that have to come off my thing because it's just not conducive to the actual to the goal. Like, this service, yeah, it makes a whole lot of money, but long term, it's not going to get us where we need to go. So yes, in the short term, we might have to sacrifice, high ticket stuff. However, we realize that if we want to scale, right, we're either going to have to put more people in place, more training. Does this make sense what I'm saying? Let me make sure y'all here with me. I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Just put yes in the comments if you all get what I'm saying. And I can see you all's comments here. So thank you all so much for being here. Also, please share this out. Share this out. Share this live stream. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Share with a friend. I know y'all be keeping me y'all best secret, but share with a friend. I want to make sure y'all here with me. I'm like sure I'm not talking to myself. Okay, cool. So there's a few things that we're working on in our organization that requires extensive planning. Number one, we are in the process of developing a brand ambassador program. So guess what? We had to get a contract. We had to map out how the program is going to work. What questions have to go on the application? How do we onboard brand ambassadors? What do they get when they get approved? We got to put an internal system in place on how do we tell them about new promotions and how do we give them the tools and resources they need to help us promote. Do y'all get where I'm going with this? See, it's easy to get to the bag when you don't have IP. And what I mean by that is you're not creating systems, you're not creating process, you're not creating frameworks, right? So yeah, I haven't been out here doing the most on live stream and going Clubhouse crazy and all of those things, because the truth of the matter is the bag is in the SOP. The bag is in the system. The bag is in creating something one time and making money off of it over and over and over and over and over and over. This is the true generational wealth, right? And I'm not talking about books. I'm talking about hell, it could be a course. It could be, it could be a journal. It could be a planner. Okay. It could be a tool. I don't really care what the thing is, right? I don't really care what the thing is, because anytime, like if I say, hey y'all, If I tell y'all right now, hey, I am going to start back offering one-on-one consults, my calendar will be booked probably until next year, right? Yeah, if I say right now, hey, y'all, give me 1 second, y'all. I want to make sure my settings are correct here. 1 second, okay? Because I want to make sure I'm not focused. Okay, if I tell you all, hey, I'm offering one-on-one calls. Book your girl up. Go to www.audriarichmond.shop and book the 45-minute call. Y'all, my schedule, matter of fact, let me show y'all. Because y'all might think it's a game. Let me show y'all the seriousness of this, what I'm saying. After last year, even though it was a very profitable year, I worked my ass off. Do you hear me? I worked so hard. And the biggest thing was time. Okay? So, let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up so I can show y'all real quick. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all a snapshot of my schedule. Let's see. Screen share. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this? This is a snapshot of my schedule. Okay? This is a snapshot of my schedule. So when you think about, scaling, I don't get more time on this planet. Okay? I don't get more time on this planet. If I fall out today, okay? If I fall out today, you all can go and buy my book. You all can go and buy my journals. You can go to audriarichmond.shop and buy my brain, my IP. You can go to audriarichmond.shop and buy my brain. By the way, our audits are going on sale today. So just a little plug. Head over to audriarichmond.shop and get if you want to know like what's going on with your social media or your website and all of that stuff. And you like, hey, can you look at my website? Hey, can you look and tell me if my Instagram is doing what it need to do? Head over to audriarichmond.shop and buy the audits. Okay. If you want to get everything audited at once, buy that because it's going off sale. So whatever price you see slashed out, whatever price you see next to the slash out, that's the price it's going to be after midnight. So make sure that you head over to audriarichmond.shop and grab it. Okay. But if something was to happen to me today, I feel good knowing that my family will still be able to eat. I feel good knowing that all those videos, all the Facebook lives, all of the Instagram lives, all the IGTVs, everything I've ever created can live without me. And that's what I'm saying. Let me also preface that it is not easy, okay? It is not easy to scale yourself. Okay? It is not easy to scale yourself. What are you talking about? Well, the moment that I said that I wanted to write a book, this is my 4th book, but the moment I said I wanted to write a book, this shit ain't easy. Writing a book, bruh, and writing a good book, it ain't easy. Okay? It is not easy. Okay? It is. Do y'all see my face? It is not easy to write a book. Okay? Now it's easy to do a journal. Okay? It's easy to do that. You can throw a cover on this shit and you off to the races, right? You can make as many of those as you want. To take my brain and create this planner and go through it and map it out, this ain't easy. Like, we're talking about, because this is why it's not easy. And this is why so many African American people don't have IP that they can leverage. They don't have this shit because it takes time. And anytime you're going to sit down and make a book, make a framework, make a planner, make a worksheet, make whatever, it requires you to slow down. And because it requires you to slow down, most people don't want to slow down. They're like, I'm girl, I'm moving and popping. I'm speaking on this stage. I'm over here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Look at me. I'm banging this out for my client. I got a meeting here. I got a meeting there. You meet everywhere, right? But as soon as that meeting over with and you go and get a little headache, like, oh, you know what? I don't feel like working for a week. But if your calendar is booked to the max with consultations and calls and everything in between, you got to cancel your whole week of calls and you're deferring those calls. Make sense? You ain't doing nothing but deferring those calls. You still got to do that 1 week of calls that you just canceled. But let me give you a better scenario. Let me give you a better vibe. Let's say that this 1 week of calls that you had planned was for people to learn how to write a book, using that as an example. You know, these calls was for you to sit down and say, you know what? Hey, girl, you published a book. Can you teach me how to publish a book? You like, yeah, girl, I got these publishing VIP days. You know, they $5,000 a piece. You like, okay, cool. You can only do one VIP a day if you got some sense, because if you're doing more than one, I don't know what that's about. But anyway, you can only do like one VIP a day. So even if you charged a premium, okay, whatever you deem as a premium, let's go with $10,000. Let's say you charge $10,000 for a VIP day. Let's say that you had a VIP day for 5 days in a row. Okay, so what's that? $10,000. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I do my math right. Times 5. That's $50,000. This is a $50,000 week for you. You like, I'm popping. What are you saying? You see me? I'm making $50,000 this week. What is you saying, son? But remember that headache you got on Sunday that's turning into something way worse? You like, shit, I got to cancel those 5 meetings. 2 things happen. You're either going to give them their money back. Who can afford to do that? Okay. Sometimes small business owners, we're not in a position to always refund. You're either going to give them their money back, or you're going to defer it to the next 2 to 3 weeks that's still booked. Does that make sense? The next week is booked, and then the week after that is booked, and then the week after the week after the week after that is booked. And so you asking yourself, well, shit, what I'm going to do with these 5 people? I got to move off my schedule. Few things can happen. Again, you can give people their money back. You can train people, your employees, on how to do your process. And then guess what? You can be sick for a week because you got support. You got help. You got somebody to help you, right? You've transferred your knowledge because what did we do, y'all? What did we do? We took a break to document the brilliance. Do y'all get what I'm saying here? We took a break. Okay. We took 6 months off. We took 90 days off to make something that's going to give us back more time. Is this making sense? Because some of you all are busy. You're busy doing something that's getting you nowhere. It's not giving you leverage. I've created a list. Let me get the list. 1 second. I'm going to give y'all this list. I call it the multiplication strategy. Okay. All the ways you can multiply yourself. And I did the pros and cons of this. I'm going to pull it up here. Oh my God. I'm feeling this live stream right now, baby. This is going to be a classic. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to pull up the multiplication strategy. If you want to just put, oh yeah, in the chat. Make sure you share this out wherever you may be watching this. Okay. I said, Audria, what are all the ways you can multiply yourself? Okay. Give me 1 second. Not multiplication strategy yet. 1 second. I'm pulling it up. Here we go. So I put together a list of all the ways that I can multiply myself. Okay. Some of these are easy. Some of these can be hard. Depending on, where you are in life and where you are in business, it also has a lot to do with what you sell. The first way that we multiply ourselves is we hire help. Okay. The first way that we multiply ourselves is that we go and we hire help. No, actually, let me go back. Before you hire help, the easiest way to multiply yourself is to create a course. Okay. To create a training, to create a program that can be delivered without you. That's the first way. That was my first way of multiplying myself, where I could take my knowledge and my expertise, put it in a video like I'm doing right now. And literally that became leverage number one. Woohoo! Took what I know here, put it into a course, and taught everything I know, and I could sell it to as many people with a pulse, as many people as I want to. So that's strategy number one. If you offer a service, okay? If you offer a service, a complicated service, the second way of multiplying yourself is hiring someone. So a team member, somebody who you can put on payroll, or a contractor that you can pay to transfer your skills and knowledge and have them implement the service. So a good example of this would be like graphic design, copywriting, things that require, it has too many variables to just teach a course, right? Like it's a situation by situation. Okay. So that's number two. You could hire someone, you could train someone. Okay. So that's that. The next way you can multiply or scale what it is that you have, especially from a marketing perspective. Let me stick on the knowledge transfer first, and then we go into marketing multiplication, and what does that look like? So the next thing you can do is certify people. So now you're taking, you like, you know what? I don't really necessarily want to hire someone. I'm going to take what I know and take people through a rigorous training, make sure that they know it, and then boom, I'm certifying them. You get paid up front, you get paid your renewals, however you want to set it up. That's the next option. The next thing you might say is like, hey, you know what? Actually, I created this thing called the UnCloned Marketing Campaign Planner. There are other coaches and consultants and people who don't want to do this. They're like, shit, you already did it. Like, you already made it. You already created the tool. Can I borrow this from you? Can I lease this from you? Can I use this with my clients and customers? Boom, licensing. You put together a training video, you show them how to use the tool, you have them sign a contract, and they pay you a royalty or, a fee for utilizing your IP, licensing. Okay, so there go your other option. So look, I'm helping y'all. Hopefully y'all get what I'm doing right now, okay? Because everybody else is teaching you how to be a slave to your business. They're not teaching you how to scale beyond the thing, right? Because let me stop. I was about to go to deep end. I'm about to go even deeper on the deep end. Okay, let me stop. Pause. You got this. So we talked about certification. We talked about licensing, right? The next thing, we talked about hiring a team. Now, the things that I'm about to tell you now are things that can leverage you now, even if you don't have a team. Okay? The strategies and the tactics that I'm about to give you now, you can use right now to leverage yourself. But again, like we talked about earlier, it requires preparation. Remember that? We talked about that. It requires preparation. It requires for you to sit down. Okay? It requires you to sit down and put a plan together. Okay? It requires you to sit down and put a plan together, okay? If you want to have leverage. This is more so in the marketing place, right? All right. So the next thing, you can create an affiliate program, right? Where you give people kickback for promoting your stuff. You can do a brand ambassador program, which is a more fancier version of affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is like, hey, here go your tracking link. You get a kickback, promote my stuff. Okay, that's pretty typical. Brand ambassador is a little bit different because, your brand ambassadors have deliverables that they're required to do based on your program. And you get to reward your brand ambassadors with more luxurious experiences. So things could be like, hey, we're going to all get together and do a trip if you sell this amount of things in sales or whatever the case may be. So it's like a fancy, high tier version of affiliate program, which is what we're in the process of launching. The next thing you can do, and this is also a way to scale your marketing. And I know y'all, look, I know a lot of people talk smack about MLMs. Okay, I know it. I know. Everybody talks smack about MLMs. But what you can't say, them jokers know how to market. Okay, they know how to market. Okay, to me, it's like a baby version of franchising. That's how I see MLMs, right? They're like a baby version of MLMs, right? They give you a system, you pay your money to get the system, and you make money from selling the system, right? The only difference is, franchising is still, in my opinion, it's the same thing. The only difference is you don't have to go out and get a whole building and all of that stuff. But essentially, it's like a little baby version of franchising, okay? They're giving you a proven system that works. Now, how can you take that strategy and make it apply to your business? One of the things you could do is put together a group party kit. Okay. How many of you all sell a product or a service and you could put together a party kit where you can give people, like a little kit, and then they can go, let me see if I have something here to demonstrate my point. Okay, I don't have anything right now. I'm gonna use this as an example. So let's say this is your party kit, okay? And in your party kit, you have all your stuff in it, okay? All your stuff in it. You got your party kit, all your stuff in it. You like, okay, cool. I got my party kit. It's popping. And you give people the kit, and then they can go and facilitate parties for your product or service. I don't care what you sell, okay? And I'm going to use something hard as an example just to kind of prove that this can work regardless if you sell a product or service. My homegirl, Rochelle, sister and friend, is on here, Rochelle Sadipo, and she is an amazing art director, graphic designer, creative artist, artistic person, like the most creative person you're gonna ever meet on the planet. Words cannot describe how brilliant she is. She's a music artist. She can sing. Hell, I think she can dance. Like, she is the queen. Okay. Now, one of the things she has is the rose red collection coming out. Right. Actually, I'm gonna use something else. I'm gonna use your agency. Okay. Rose Red, etc. You can drop the link, Rochelle, wherever you may be watching this video. But her agency, they sell like very premium brand identity services. They also sell like web design. They help you with your marketing campaigns when it's time to do the creative aspects of that. Now, one of the things that she could do, right? Because you might be thinking, well, how can a service-based business take advantage of this concept? Well, oftentimes when we think about services, a product, it's easy to be like, hey, here go my product, y'all. You can go and you can do an unboxing on video, and you can take it out the packaging, and that's easy to demonstrate. But when you sell a service, how do you demonstrate a service? Well, for starters, she could give those people a product catalog, a service catalog, and then that person can come over like an insurance consultant and explain the different services. Hey, let me tell you about the brand identity services. And they pull out a catalog, like a flip book, of all the brand identities that she's done. They do an educational session with the client, and they talk about the importance of brand identity and how it works and all of that good jazz. And then guess what? She pulls out her handy dandy, whoever the consultant is. I'm gonna use this as a TV, okay? I'm gonna put this gonna be my little iPad. So they pulled out the iPad, and they say, oh, matter of fact, Rochelle is here with us. We have a message here from our CEO. And then Rochelle comes out of crevices. She comes out, hey, y'all, it is Rochelle of Rose Red, etc. And she's like doing her thing, and she's on screen, and she's with the client. But guess what? She ain't with the client because she's not there. Do y'all get what I'm saying? If y'all don't use that shit, man, I ain't coming back on the internet. If y'all look, so if you sell a service, I already told you what to do. You create your service catalog. You preloaded the iPad with all of your videos and walkthroughs and all of that stuff. And you let people know how to make money, and you get them a kickback for every contract they land. Y'all can't do this. Do y'all? Look. What can I say? What can I say? If y'all don't do this, y'all cancel. Okay. Do you know how much gold in my videos? If y'all go back and watch, okay? If you go back and listen to the things that I be putting down, I hope y'all taking copious notes, okay? I hope y'all got y'all notebook, okay? Look, let me go ahead and show y'all a notebook that y'all should have. And I hope you taking notes, okay? So if you sell a product, that's easy. It should be easy for you to create a party kit. If you are a service provider, I just showed you how to do that, okay? All right, so let's see here. The next thing, y'all, why y'all not using watch parties? Come on, tell me. Tell me in the comments. Why y'all not using watch parties? Okay, it's not a party kit. We talking about a different strategy now. Why aren't you using the watch party feature on Facebook? Explain to me. I'm listening. I'm waiting. Let me know. Why are you not using the watch party feature? How many of y'all think that feature is stupid as hell? Because I know I've heard some of y'all say, I done heard some of y'all say, oh my God, another Facebook feature. Oh, and people have their little moments. Okay. Let me tell you that Facebook watch party feature. Let me show you how a G gonna use it. Okay. Let me show you how a G gonna use it. So let's get to it. Watch party. Now, Facebook has this feature called watch party. Okay. And basically, let's just say me on my public page, there's a video on the Facebook land that makes me want to say, that makes me want to share, like, oh my God, this is an amazing video. I want to get all my friend girls together, or I want to get all my homeboys together. I want to get my community together, and we need to watch this video. Guess what I can do? I can go through the whole spiel of promoting this watch party. Hey, y'all want to come to this watch party? I'm going to be curating the best videos, blah, 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 by XYZ. You got to be here. Also, we're going to have a private discussion group on some type of group chat tool, and we're going to have an amazing time. So, boom. What they do is you have a public video on your page, on your Facebook business page, because you want to leverage it on your Facebook business page. And what you do is you give the people a watch party kit. Does that make sense? Like, you're like, hey, go to my website. Not my website, but my Facebook page. Get our video, put it together, and get you a group of people and host a watch party. And what happens is when I go to my page and I put in create a watch party, I can search for your video, and then voila, we have a live stream popping in real time on my page. Y'all can do this in Facebook groups. Y'all can do this on people's public pages. Y'all can do this on your personal pages. You can do this on your Facebook business page. You can put it on somebody else's Facebook business page. You can do this with a brand partner. It doesn't matter who it is. Use the Facebook watch party feature. Now, Amazon just came out with this feature as well. You remember Netflix? Everybody was doing Netflix watch party. So just like you would do a Super Bowl watch party and everybody get together and get food and all of that stuff, you can host a watch party the exact same way, just virtual. Okay? Man, I think I'm gonna have to delete this video. I'm giving away too many jewels. I think I should end it. Do y'all still want the juice? Just put the juice in the comments if you still want the juice. Should I keep going or should I stop? Let me know. Should I keep going or should I stop? Just put juice in the comments. Make sure you share this broadcast wherever you may be watching it. If you're watching it on my personal page, if you're watching this on my Facebook business page, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, wherever you may be watching this video, just put juice in the comments if y'all want me to keep it coming. Okay? Okay, cool. All right. So, how many of you all work? You legit busy. You're a mom, you're a caretaker, you're a husband, you that's busy. How many of you all are like super busy? You work, you maybe work, you have a career, you got a 9-to-5, whatever the case may be. How many of you all are just busy? Just put busy in the comments if that's you. You busy, you ain't got time, you busy. Okay? Cool. Why aren't you using the Facebook and YouTube Premiere feature. I'll wait. Why aren't you using the Facebook and YouTube Premiere feature? Let me give you the game. If I worked a 9 to 5 and I had a side hustle, okay? If I worked a 9 to 5 and I had a side hustle, or if I was busy, whatever the case may be, and I just, for some reason, during the day, I couldn't do me for whatever reason, but I knew during the day, that's when my audience is online. That's when my audience want to hear from me. I would literally pre-record a bunch of dope videos over the weekend or whenever you're off day. So if your off day is during the week, if your off day is off on the weekend, whatever the case may be, I would take that day and I would batch record a bunch of videos. And when I batch record those videos, I would go right over to Facebook and I would say, hey, Facebook, can you premiere video 1 on, April the 15th, 2021 at 10 o'clock a.m. Boom. You go and promote, you go and email your list, you let everybody know, voila, is there. Same thing on YouTube. Hey, you know what? I don't want to limit it to Facebook. I want the whole world to be able to see this video. Cool. Go over to YouTube, upload the video, put your title in, put your little thumbnail in there, and you could literally set a premiere and let everybody know that the video was coming. The cool thing about premieres is that when people go to YouTube on the YouTube space, when people go to YouTube and they search for whatever they're searching for, premiere videos show up in the search. Okay? Premiere videos show up in the search. So if you got a banging topic or a banging title that people can just go and find, y'all, lit. And literally, while you at work, living your best life at work, you also getting the best of both worlds because your video is premiering. You could pay you like a little social media manager, get one of your family members to go and man the comments when your content is live. Y'all, there's no reason ever again where y'all should be like, I don't know, I'm busy. I work during the day. When I'm gonna go live, Audria, I just told you. Go pre-record your stuff. What we've been talking about this whole time: planning, preparation. You cannot scale and leverage your business if you do not plan and prepare. If you do not plan and prepare, you will never, ever, 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 ever have leverage. So it requires you to plan ahead, to think these things through. It requires you, again, like I've been saying, to slow down so you can think about, okay, what are the 5 videos I'm going to premiere this month? What are the 10 videos I'm going to premiere, over the course of this year, or whatever the case may be? You have to be thinking ahead. Okay. So we talked about that. What else I got on here? I'm going to keep that one for myself. But yeah, there you go. Okay. I just gave y'all so much more than what I had expected to come here to give y'all. I literally did not come here to do that, but hopefully this was useful to you all. I do want to let you all know that we have the social media bundle. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. And I'm going to share my screen here. All right. Boom. All right. So this bundle goes off sale today. Okay. It goes off sale today. So if you haven't got the bundle, make sure you're doing that. Okay. If my computer don't crash. I got too many things open. So make sure you head over to audriarichmond.shop and grab these bundles before they go off sale. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen again and end the live stream so it don't kill the stream. But hopefully this was helpful to you. If you enjoyed it, make sure you share it, tell a friend, all of that good jazz. I appreciate you all so much for being here. We have amazing things coming down the pipeline, so definitely make sure you stay connected. Also, head over to itswinningseason.com to join our Text Mode Club, the live stream. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.